Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Hey, welcome to Movie Friends. I'm here with my friend Seth Vargas, who smears.
And I'm here with my friend Michelle Rubenstein, who knows how ridiculous she is.
That's true. That is 100% true.
Did that line really speak to you this time?
Yeah. So much.
It really.
Yeah, so much of this movie spoke to me this time.
Yeah. You know what that line is?
Mhm.
That is John Candy in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Okay.
I like me.
Yeah.
My wife likes me.
Yeah.
Right?
That movie we got pretty heated in when we talked about it. You don't remember? Plane, Trains, and
No.
Automobiles? Oh, good.
No.
Well, great. Great. That's good. We have different memories of it.
What did we get heated about?
I was very much on Steve Martin's side, and you were very much on John Candy's side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I feel that I have lived 10 years in the last couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So much stuff is happening.
Yeah.
You know, like with my personal life, with my business life.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. Like I feel like my head is spinning, you know.
Yeah.
Like my work day today was like 6 different things in rapid succession, and I just had to keep switching, like changing, like changing hats, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I texted you a picture of like what I was doing, and you were like, "Yeah, but you like working like this," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess I do."
Yeah, you told me about a deadline that something was due, that they've been working on a project like months ago, but it's due like tomorrow. And I couldn't help but, you know, I didn't want to like outwardly say it, but I'm like, Seth, that's how you operate. Like,
well, normally
you edit
though,
at the
it's
last
like,
minute. I edit like 3 months, you know,
right.
prior.
But normally I know.
Yeah.
Like
true.
this was like I was roped into this like yesterday.
Yeah. It's hard when you're not in control and then you're given something. I don't like that.
Look, new construction is always faster than fixing someone else's mistake.
Totally.
So, yeah. But I mean, that's boring. People didn't come to the Birdcage to hear about this. But what's going on with you? Do you have a cat update? A cat date?
Gosh.
Do I not ask?
I mean, I do. For those who have been following and listening each week, my cats have been sick. This ongoing sickness and virus. But the latest is that Moish, my middle child, my middle cat, he went to the vet on Saturday. He has a clean bill of health, which is great.
Good, great.
The newest kitten, they're still concerned. The vet is still concerned why she is still a little bit stiff from this virus that she had over a month ago. So she went Monday for blood work. Nothing was really found. They sent out a certain test to a lab. It'll take 10 days to get results. And then they're like, you know what? Put her on an antihistamine, which makes me laugh because I'm like, how could this be an allergy when my other cat has the same symptoms? Anyway, That's the cat update. That's the very short of it. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This has been an ongoing.
Yeah, since March.
Wow.
Since March. Yeah.
Your birthday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's kind of a crappy, but a happy is Aunt purchased the original Sims game and purchased a computer that has Windows XP. And so we built this computer, put it together, we got a monitor from the thrift store with a keyboard and a mouse. And so anyway, we have now our nostalgic computer, family computer, if you will, with no internet, that we are going to play our favorite games on. So
that is incredible.
Yeah, like a family computer room, you know, like the family computer.
Of course.
Sure. So that's fun.
And no internet.
No internet. No internet will go on this computer. No.
I've never thought about it before, but yeah, like a computer not connected to the internet would just be frozen in time.
Exactly.
Like it could never improve or get worse. It would just stay the same.
Yeah. It's
All
our
right,
gaming
very cool.
rig.
Yeah, you guys are big gaming computer people, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, today is my pick for the month of June.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about The Birdcage from 1996, directed by Mike Nichols, written by Elaine May, edited by Arthur Schmidt, cinematography by Emmanuel Lubetsky, music by Jonathan Tunick, and costume designer Anne Roth, the amazing Anne Roth.
Oh.
God, the costuming in this movie is just my favorite. Starring Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman, Diane Wiest, Dan Futterman, Callista Flockhart, and Hank Azaria. The budget for this movie was $31 million. It made $185.3 million at the box office.
Oh my God.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
What on earth?
Wow. And production days, about 92 days.
That seems long.
Yeah, like 3 months.
I mean, there's some crowd stuff outside.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few club scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for the most part, I mean, this is,
yeah,
based on a play, so it's a lot of just people in rooms. 3 months.
Right.
Wow. All of this is so surprising to me. Okay.
Yeah. Seth, read us our summary.
Val is young, in love, and ready to take the next step with his fiancée, Barbara. But their families couldn't be more different. Barbara's parents are strongly conservative, while Val's father, Armand, and his partner, Albert, run a lively drag club in the heart of South Beach, where they also call home. When the future in-laws announce they're coming to visit, a panicked Val begs his dads to hide who they truly are. What follows is a chaotic clash of worlds where love, identity, and truth bring everyone together as family at the Birdcage.
Very nice. So this is my pick. This is my pick for the month, and this has been on the list for a long time. Like we say every week, or it feels that we say that.
This is the year.
This is the year.
This is the year of everything that we've waited to do for some reason.
Well, this is a movie that is so well loved in my family. I grew up watching it. It is one of my all-time faves, and mainly because it reminds me of my mom's best friends, Ed and Charlie, who were a couple. They lived in West Palm Beach. We would vacation there. And they remind me of Armand and Albert. And so when I watch this movie, I fondly think of them. But that being said, this movie came out in 1996. And we haven't discussed it because honestly, I'm like, has it aged poorly? Like, how is this still received? Like, just because I love it, I can recognize if something if it didn't age well. So it's like, do I really want to pick something apart and discuss it? But I can't help but absolutely love this movie because it reminds me of my childhood and Ed and Charlie, and honestly, all of my mom's gay male friends who just lived in the West Palm Beach area.
Sure. Okay, so do you feel now, revisiting it, that it does hold up?
I do, but also, like, who am I to say it holds up?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I know. Yes, I know exactly what you mean because I'm in the same boat. Every queer film that Michelle and I cover, we make it very clear that we are maybe the straightest people on the planet.
Yeah. Right.
And so everything that we're about to say, don't put into any books. All right. We're not teaching any classes here, but we still love films and talking about them. And so we're going to, but yes, I agree. Like I don't know that you and I are the people to determine whether or not this has aged well. I think it has.
Yeah.
I think that probably the biggest thing that hasn't aged well is just putting Robin Williams,
Right.
as a
Right.
queer character.
Right.
But it's a little hard to condemn something when it was standard practice
Right.
back then. I mean, even Nathan Lane didn't come out as gay for 3 years after this movie.
I know.
So I would say that that's probably the only part that I would. I mean, obviously, the subject matter of the movie is horrible.
Yeah.
What Val does is terrible. But I don't think that the movie doesn't acknowledge that it's terrible.
Totally.
It's the setup.
And right, it's the setup, right. And I don't think that these performances are so over the top or that we're making fun of or mocking, because I feel these characters are so layered and not one note.
I mean, look, I'll just tell you right now, I cried at least 3 times during this movie.
Yeah, me too.
One time, like, boo-hoo weeping.
Which part?
Well, do you want to get into that now?
I guess not. I mean, I did, but I guess we should follow a structure.
Well, look, hey, this is your episode. You guide me however you want.
All right, we'll put a pin on that. But what is your relationship to the Birdcage? How old were you when you first saw it?
Sure. So I remember being a child and seeing commercials for this movie, and I just remember conflating Robin Williams' character in this with Harvey Firestein's character in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being like, wait, what? Is this like, why does Robin Williams keep being in movies where men are dressing like women? And, this is me
right.
7 years old.
Right.
We talked about last week in our episode on But I'm a Cheerleader, which I just want to say, folks. So, Michelle and I, we do an episode every week. Okay? People will always ask us oh, what's a good episode to start with? Or what episode do you recommend? And we're always like, I have no idea. Please don't. That was a pretty good episode. I edited it and I was like, this is actually really funny and pretty good.
I got to be honest with you. I was not happy with my performance. I haven't listened to it because I felt like I would cringe.
Now that it's, it's nice and edited, I think you would enjoy listening.
It's nice and edited.
Yeah,
well, you always do a great job. I'm never, nervous about that. I was just there's just sometimes there's episodes where, I didn't feel the best of how I delivered. And I'm not going to listen because this can be super cringe.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. But as I mentioned on that episode, the character, the persona of RuPaul was probably the earliest that I can remember, being introduced to the idea of drag. And so I did not watch this when I was younger. I didn't watch this until maybe last year or something like that. And when I watched it then, I liked it fine. I wasn't completely bowled over by it, but I liked it fine. I thought it was funny. And I think that this movie plays into one of the strongest forces in American film from that lasted from the 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s, which is everyone's urge to have Robin Williams as their dad.
Yeah.
It was Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire, Dead Poets Society, The Birdcage,
Patch Adams,
Good Will Hunting. Oh, wait, you want for Robin Williams to look you in the eyes while he's a little misty-eyed and tell you that he's proud of you? Yeah, we can keep doing that over and over and over and over again.
Even as the genie, right? Yes,
sure,
please.
Absolutely, yes. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. And then Nathan Lane.
And this is one of his first big roles.
Mm-hmm. I think Nathan Lane is genius. Like
Yeah.
I think he's so talented, so funny.
Yeah.
You say that you don't think that these roles are necessarily mocking. I think that it gets a little close with Albert.
Mm.
He is so far-fetched. But then I sent you a picture of Armand and Albert on the beach. And I was like, this is you and me. Oh my God. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is kind of like the dynamic of Michelle and I, where you are also very fun and funny. And I think that I can be like a little bit dramatic. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't too far-fetched. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, and yes, with Albert, my mom's friend Ed, both Ed and Charlie have since passed, and I miss them dearly. But Ed was very much over the top, like just little screams and like crying and like fainting, and that was just like such what I was used to.
Yeah.
And Charlie, his partner, was very much like Armand, you know, more subdued and just calmer and quiet. And so when I was younger, I was just like, that it never, like, while I was laughing, I wasn't laughing at them. I felt like I was laughing with Albert and Armand. Like I was laughing with Agador. Like these characters seemed so real for me because of what I was used to in real life.
Right. Yeah, and I think that that's the thing about stereotypes too, is like, unfortunately, sometimes with a stereotype, it's based in reality, and it all depends on why you're depicting someone that way. Are you depicting someone that way to make fun of them? I don't think either of us can sit here and say that this movie is not intending for Albert to be funny and to be laughed at.
Right.
Like, I definitely think that Albert is the butt of many, many jokes in the movie, but I think he's also the creation of many jokes in the movie.
And don't you think he's the heart? He is the center. Like he is the, I mean, the last 30 minutes of the film, I mean, he is just,
absolutely. I mean,
the heart of it.
I mean, okay, I'll tell you when I really, really cried. So it's when they're talking and Robin Williams has put on his suit and he's saying like, oh, I look like my grandfather. He killed himself at 30. You know, which I kind of thought might be a little nod to perhaps a man who wasn't living the way that he wanted to.
Right.
It's not very overt, but you know, this character Albert, that we've seen how he wants to be, and then he kind of puts on, and he looks in the mirror and has this realization of like, oh, like this is the other life that I could have lived, and someone did live that and chose not to continue living that way, where he chose not to continue living that way ever, you know? So I thought that was a good subtle line there. And that line plays really differently in the French version of the film, which I did watch for this.
Yes.
So yeah, there it's a lot more of a joke. Here there's just an air to it. But anyway, so they're talking, and then Albert comes out dressed in the suit, and the camera just holds on him, and it's not a joke. It could have been such a joke, and it's not a joke. And it is absolutely devastating to me. Like, just incredibly devastating to take this character that we have gotten used to, who is, by their own admission, extremely ridiculous and over the top and crazy, and then to see them like willingly pretend and like just take away all of the things that make them themselves. But it's the way that the camera holds on him for so long. And then just everything, like his whole speech, you know, and then like, well, you want a pop of color. And again, like those things are played a little bit more as a joke in the
Mm-hmm.
French version. And so I
Mm-hmm.
love how Mike Nichols and Elaine May kind of changed that scene to have like a totally different feeling, to where, yeah, when he says like, well, you know, you want to have a little pop of color, I'm just like, I'm like gasping for air, because it's like, even like he wants to help, like he wants to
So
help, and he's
bad.
still doing it, but it's like he still can't fully do it.
Yeah.
Like he
And he
has to
looked
retain a part of himself.
correct. And he looks so much more out of place dressed like that than if
Yes.
he were just able to dress and be comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like we said last week with RuPaul, where RuPaul in this character feels almost more like drag
Right.
than not, because we're not
Right.
used to seeing them this way. And so I think Albert is 100% the heart of the movie. I think it's almost Albert's movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really Albert that kind of, you know, at first Albert is like the fly in the ointment and like the person that we need to get rid of, and then saves the day, and then saves the day again, you know, at the end of the movie. So yeah,
Yeah. And
I think this has aged well.
yeah. And I think just watching it this time around and observing relationships, right? And
Mm-hmm.
how relatable it is. Like, I can sympathize with being with someone for so long and like this fear of being replaced, or this fear of not feeling new, or this fear of like you're not committed, or you're not telling me everything, or just
Right.
feeling like you're not up to par. And I
Right.
think we can all relate to that, regardless if we're in a queer relationship, a straight relationship, whatever kind of relationship we're
Yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's tough. It is very tough. And then, you know, they explore that, but then they also explore, you know, I'm going to move my cemetery.
I'm going to move. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that scene, you're talking about the bus stop scene.
Yes.
Where, yeah, first off, it is such a gorgeous visual setting.
Mm-hmm.
The pastel colors, the boat in the background, their yellow car pulling into frame,
Mm-hmm.
and Albert just sitting on the bench, and Armand getting out to give him the palimony agreement. But
Yeah.
pretty much saying, like, you are such a pain in the ass. And it is true. You are not young. You are not new. You make people laugh. And I'm still with you because you make me laugh.
Yeah.
So I have to sell my plot at this cemetery so I can go be next to you, because I don't want to ever miss a laugh. This, I am sobbing. This is like the most romantic, like heartfelt scene.
Mm-hmm.
And also just, it looks so gorgeous. It's just so good.
Yeah. Yeah. And the visual language is all there of
Yep.
transportation and
Yep.
going from
Yeah.
one place to another. And like, you know, that might be an obvious read of the scene, but
Right.
I think it's nice that it doesn't happen in their home.
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah.
happen in a place. It doesn't happen in their bed. It doesn't happen in their club. It happens in a place of transition and moving from one thing to another. And despite loving each other and having been with each other, their relationship is in a major shift and transition. It's just so well done. It's very, very well, and it's fantastically acted, I think, by both of them. And then,
Yeah.
you know what? They don't have like a big romantic kiss.
No.
They just hold hands.
I know. Which is like almost even more powerful.
I know. Listen, folks, if you are just in a new relationship and like everything is like new and fun and exciting, that is really great. And I you know, I'm not going to compare and say which one is better, but being in a place of comfort and trust, it's in the absence of passion, is also very powerful, and this scene demonstrates that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have been like, oh, oh Albert, oh Armand, and
Armand.
it's play the strains and have a sweep up moment, and there's none of that. It is just the stability of moving cemeteries and like how
Yeah.
unromantic that is, but it's made romantic because
Right.
of like the feeling behind it. It's fantastic. It's a great, great, great scene.
Yeah. Agador. Spartacus. Played by
Well,
Hank
speaking of
Azaria.
things that haven't aged well, right? I think Hank Azaria doing ethnic voices is like one of the poster boys for things that have changed in our culture, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
However, I do love this character. And I do feel like he steals the show and the scenes. He's also so loving to Albert. And Armand is just so mean to him. But
well, Armand is burdened with keeping the show going.
yeah,
everybody else gets to be.
It's a big theme, by the way, of Movie Friends this year. The show must go on.
Right.
And I think that we say we have no themes this year, but I actually think the overall theme is the show must go on.
Right. And he doesn't get to be the fun one.
Right.
And like I don't know if anyone can relate to that.
Yes.
To like everyone around you gets to be the star and you get to be the one who's just like keeping the lights on and telling people whose meals to comp and getting performers to be on time and dealing with all. And so I think that to him, like Agador isn't fun because Agador is meant to be doing a job that they are not doing well.
It's like, why do you still keep him employed,
And it's crystallized in that moment where he drinks the coffee and he's like, this is disgusting. This is horrible. Right. Yeah. And then Albert just comes in and he's like, this is incredible. This is so good.
Turkish coffee.
Right. And so it's like two people are experiencing the same person and the same thing in such totally different ways. And I think it's because, their relationship to that thing.
Yeah. My sister and I always used to quote, but what about the shrimps? The shrimps.
Now I will say I do like Agador, and I won't keep talking about the French version of the film.
No, please do. La Cage aux Folles was the screenplay and the French film that this was adapted from. So I didn't get to watch it. You did. So yes, please talk about it.
I would recommend you watch it.
I do want to watch it. I just didn't get a chance to. Yeah.
For two reasons. One, because you really love this version.
Yeah.
And two, because I think it's good to see how the film was improved upon.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta tell you, watching the French version actually made me like the American version more. And I'm not a big like, oh, the remake is better, but like I think that I do think that this remake is better for a number of reasons. Now, having said that, while I do like Agador, the character in the French version is Jacob, and I kind of like Jacob a little bit more. Like, it's not as big. It's just a little bit different. But I mean, the shoes. I can't wear shoes because they make me
fall
trip.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always used to talk about the shoes in my household too. Mm-hmm. My parents loved that scene. Val, played by Dan Futterman. I think you have different feelings about the characters each time you watch this movie. For me, I'm speaking from my own experience, right? Like I get something from every time I watch, who I like better, who I like more. I understand this person. Val, I have a very, very hard time with. And that's not a genius new statement here because a lot of people feel this way. But still, I do like to find the kind of just like the root of where we're coming from and try to understand you. And I have a hard time with this because I don't understand logistically how this plan would work out in the long run. Is engaged to Barbara, whose father is a conservative senator.
Yep.
And so he wants his dad to conform and be, he's an attaché of Greece, cultural attaché of
Cultural
Greece,
attaché. Yeah.
attaché of
Yeah.
Greece, and wants Albert to go away, and wants his mom, who he hasn't even met, to play for his mom. And I'm like, what happens after this first meeting? When you guys end up married, you can't be the Colemans. You have to be the Goldmans. Albert will be there. Like, it's just logistically, long term, this wouldn't make sense. Obviously, it all works out. I get stuck in the logistics,
Right.
as you can see. So,
Right.
but it's the foil of the story, and so I get it. I get it. Yeah.
We're doing madcap. We're doing zany. We're doing screwball comedy.
It's a stage play too. It does feel like a stage play.
It does feel like a stage play.
Yes.
So, I feel like if this was made in the 40s, Cary Grant would be playing, one of the dads. So this time around, I came around on Val because I was like, okay, he is not a real person, first of all. And he is so horrible because without him, there is no story. So
right.
Right. And so I was able to kind of see through my emotions by the end and be like, right, he is a written character. Right. And he must say what the writers put into his mouth. And for this to happen, this is what he's saying. I hate him. So I currently have a tweet that's going viral. I said, quick reminder that Val from the Birdcage is the worst son in movie history. Worse than the good son. Worse than We Need to Talk About Kevin. Worse than Kylo Ren. And I hate, I can't stand any part of this guy. Okay, you apparently are close with your dads. Mm-hmm. You have not told them about Barbara until you're going to get married?
Right.
That's crazy to me.
They've been sleeping together for a year, regardless of when we became official, quote unquote.
Right.
You seem
he's
at
20.
Least he's 20. He seems very close with Armand. So you didn't mention her at any holiday? It's snowing, so Christmas was probably a couple of months prior. Where the Kiwis live.
I think Albert adores Val, and I think it's reciprocated. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. But how did the girlfriend not come up? It's just
no. I know. Again, he's a bad guy. I don't agree with any of him. There's a fantastic scene, and again, this wasn't in the French version, where Albert goes into the room as Val is sleeping and just picks up his dirty clothes and then walks out. So they added things to make it a little more heartfelt and a little more nice. Yeah. But yeah, I he's the worst. Okay. It's in 1996, right? The world is a completely different place. Fine. Okay. You really want to marry this person. You need to get through the initial meeting with her parents and your parents to get the approval to get married, I guess. So fine, you're going to put on this ruse. But not only takes away their sexual identity, he takes away their Jewishness.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that one is worse than the other, but that, the first time I watched it, that didn't quite register with me as much. And I was like, this guy's the devil. He's genuinely, so not only are you ashamed of who your dads are, You are ashamed of who you are.
Right. And
you are
want to
in no position
Yeah.
to be getting married.
Right. And you want to eliminate. We don't even want Albert to exist in this meeting scenario. And Val says, like, he tries to, give himself a little prop. Like, he says, I'm the only person in my sorority who doesn't come from a broken home.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, no. Okay, take that and shove it, because as far as I'm concerned,
Right.
it means nothing for what you're asking.
Right.
And he's and Armand says, "Are you ashamed of me? Like, it took me 20 years. It took me years to get to where I am. I'm not going to hide who I am." And I was like,
Right.
"No, of course I'm not ashamed. It's just they're so conservative. There's Senator Keeley. Do you read the news? It's like, Val, go. I'm going to boot you out of here."
When Armand was like, "Of course I read the news," and then lists off. I was like, you know what, Armand? I think you and I would get along.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, like, okay, listeners, we understand. Like, we get it. We understand. He has to. It has to be this way. It still sucks, and he still sucks. And he does come around in the end and takes the wig off of Nathan Lane, and he says, "This is my mother," and I definitely feel like it's just like it is too little too late, man. Like you should be weeping right now.
Yep.
You should be like on your knees, like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just did what I did. Instead of being like, oh my God, you gotta get back out there. Everything's going wrong. Oh, it's like, yeah, man. I wonder why everything's going wrong.
Right. On this watch, I very much enjoyed Gene Hackman's portrayal of Senator Keeley and Diane Wiest as Louise.
Yes.
These two are so funny, and just the mannerisms that Gene brings to Keeley, like asking for candy, climbing up the window, climbing down the window. What did you think of Gene Hackman in this?
I mean, Gene Hackman is undeniably one of the great American actors, and he is so funny. I wasn't howling, but I was like internally just squirming during his long, boring monologue about driving through the states.
My God.
And how it just kept going and going and going. And I was like, look, I have seen Gene Hackman monologue. I know that he can do this. And the fact that he did this bit so perfectly that, like, you are bored watching him talk about this. And then, I think Robin Williams says, like, that was a great story. And he's like, oh, no, it wasn't that good. And like his character is like pleased with himself, like oh, stop, please, no. But when he just like said the most nothing line of words that has ever been committed to film, it's perfect. He is perfect. And another thing that this movie does that the other one doesn't really do that much is he just instantly falls in love with Albert.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. It is. It's incredible.
Yeah, he cannot believe when it is revealed that Albert's a man. And Louise is like, he's a man. He's a man. And he's like, you're Jewish? Like, that's what he's like, hung on. Not that Albert's a man. And the wig just goes, you're Jewish?
Right. Yeah, and he's like, I don't understand what's happening. She's like, I'll explain it to you later. And it's so funny, and it's so I mean, obviously this is an extremely repressed person who is part of this coalition of morality or whatever. I also love when they're watching TV and he's like the most intelligent show on television, and it's just like people arguing over each other. That was pretty good. But yeah, like, and so for him, he allowed himself to feel feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it turned out to be something different, it's like his brain literally cannot process.
Right.
Like, like, wait, but that's impossible.
Right.
Because his feelings betray, his thoughts.
Like, I just danced with this person. We just talked about abortion and, and all of these political matters. And yeah, it's great. And then again, when this all comes to be, and obviously the press is outside because they followed them to
Mm-hmm.
this location, he's just sitting with a box of candy. And I just love that this pacifier of his is candy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very
It's
funny because
it's
it's very
very
silly.
funny.
It's very
It's so
childlike.
silly. It's so
Yeah.
he's in the garbage at one point digging for candy, and
Yeah.
Louise is like, "Stop. What are you doing?"
Yeah. And so, to me, that kind of speaks of like when you don't allow yourself to have any vices, which, look, folks, I don't have any. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just like, what I mean is like, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
right,
drink.
right.
Like, I'm not like,
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. And I'm not saying I'm like a perfect person who never does anything bad, but I'm just saying
Right.
like, I don't have like the thing I reach for.
Yeah.
And maybe I should. maybe I should start smoking cigarettes. I don't know. Can you imagine me
Please don't.
smoking a little cig?
No, don't do that. Don't start smoking in 2026. Please, like that is not. Don't do that.
That I would wear on a t-shirt. I started smoking in 2026. But yeah, but anyway, you just see like how he has nothing going on, and so for him, like it's candy, and like he
Right.
can't stop himself. It's very funny.
Yeah. Also, when we get to the end and to get out, they come up with the idea that everybody will dress in drag. I mean, he is owning his look. And he's like, I didn't know if this color would work with me. And he leans into it and accepts the help, and it's good. It's really good.
He says, I don't want to be the only girl that no one is dancing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. Like it's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, what is the future for Senator Keeley after this night? I don't know. But
yeah. Callista Flockhart as Barbara. She's sweet. We don't get that much from her. I know her from Ally McBeal. This was a show that we grew up watching.
Yeah.
But I think she does a good job in this.
She's probably the least character.
Yeah, but I think she plays what she needs to play. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else we would have given her. This is like a stacked cast of characters, and what she's doing, I think, makes sense for what we need.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, how much movie goes by before we even get to the big night? Like we get there and the movie's almost over.
Right.
And then it's just like rapid fire from the moment that they get to the door till the moment that they leave at the end. It's like, wow. So yeah, it's unfortunate because I like Callista Flockhart, and it's crazy to see her like so young in this. I don't know how old she was in this, but I'm like, oh my God, you
are so young.
A child in this movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's the weaker, not even weak. It's unfair to say weaker. It's just the role. She doesn't have a ton to do. And I mean, this movie is only 2 hours. I thought this movie was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like it flew by for me.
Same. But I love it. So I'm a bad judge. I'm a really bad judge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wait, can I say one last thing about Val before we keep moving on?
Yeah.
Dan Futterman is genuinely like the most believable. This person had these two parents casting like ever. Like he doesn't look exactly like Robin Williams, but then if you put Christine Baranski in it, it's like, actually, yeah, no, that makes total sense.
Yeah. Christine Baranski as Catherine, I get a kick out of her. She's a hoot. And it's not that she's not needed because she is part of the plan at the end. It's just to add it in, and it was interesting to see her relationship with Armand all these years later.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
when they come up with a plan that, hey, let's involve your mother in this and see if she'll come to dinner tonight, which is also like crazy to think, to get a call from someone who's not involved in your kid's life, who was their birth mother, and be like,
Mm-hmm.
can you do this? Can we meet? That's also wild to think. But it also, like, their relationship, Catherine and Armand, did she want him? Was she like flirting with him? Were they just falling back to how things were? They had the one night stand.
I don't think she was flirting with him. I think that she is shown to be a very powerful and confident person who
Yeah.
enjoys Armand. And I think that when you know that there are no feelings with another person, that you can
Mm.
be, I don't want to say more free, but you can be free in a different way, because you're like, we are not going to hook up in any, like, we are not going to catch feelings for each other. And so we can dance, and I can be like, I'm going to touch your hair.
Dancing's fine, but it's like she is like, oh, unbutton your shirt. Let me like touch that dark chest hair. And like, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. We're not going to catch feelings for each other. I'm in a relationship. She's on like between husbands 2 and 3 or whatever she said.
right.
But if I was Albert and walked in and saw that, I understand the way we reacted.
Definitely.
So,
And
yeah.
yeah, like you said, like, it's not that she's not necessary, but for Screwball to work, you have to have a lot of spinning plates.
Yeah.
And then you have to forget about some of the plates until they
Right.
come back.
Right.
And then it's just like plate. And I like seeing like the devices at play in this.
Yeah.
Like, if this scenario or setup is very, very comforting to me. Like, some of my favorite movies are screwball comedies, and seeing it translated into this like modern, even though it's 30 years ago this year, I love how it works. And I credit, Elaine May and Mike Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
They were a comedy team.
Yep.
Nichols and May. Elaine May, incredible director, incredible writer. She directed one of my favorite films of all time, Mikey and Nicky, which is not a fun movie at all. She is a fascinating person. And then Mike Nichols, yeah, it's like one of the great American directors. And
Yeah.
so I love how they took a good story from a play and then from a movie, and then kind of tightened it up and punched it up. And it works. It works so well. And yeah, like, is she going to come? Is she not going to come? And then this leads to more drama with Albert, and then she's not going to come, and then she's stuck in traffic, and then she does show up. I love that.
Yeah. I want to talk about the fashion, and I'm curious if you noticed the fashion and if you had a favorite look. Because I personally want to dress like Armand. And
Yes.
I saw my brother-in-law over the weekend, and he was dressed like Armand. And I said, first off, I'm obsessed with this fit. Please don't take offense to this, and I hope you don't, what I'm about to say, but you are dressed like Armand from the Birdcage. And he goes, oh, I've never seen the Birdcage, but my friends and I are doing Italian Summer, which I was like, well, I'm obsessed with this whole vibe. And
Your
just,
friend, what does this mean?
they are dressing and acting like they're in Italy. And I was like, that's amazing. I love the Italian Summer vibe. I'll send you a picture of it. It was wearing this, like,
do friends do this?
I mean, I want these friends. I'm seeking Italian Summer friends. I'll just have to jump on Jeff's bandwagon.
So, sometimes I'll hear things that people say and do, and I'll really question, like, what am I doing? Not like, what am I doing with my life, but like, am I doing this wrong? Like, am I supposed to be having Italian Summer with my friends?
I think it's, to me, I'm like, this is very inspiring and I love this for you.
What if
And
you
also,
and I have Birdcage summer
I mean,
and I'll
that's what
wear
I'm
a big
trying to do.
hat?
So you're gonna dress like Albert and I'm gonna dress like Armand. The picture you sent me, Seth sent me the picture of that when they're sitting on the beach. Armand is wearing a green and white linen outfit, pants
Very
and shirt,
linen, little
white tank.
oversized. It's the 90s, the
We
big
got
gold chain.
the big gold chain, backwards white hat. I mean, this is a look I have wanted for so long and I'm working on it. I have a white hat. I wore it backwards over the weekend. I said, I look a little kid sister. We need to do some work with it.
Yes.
That being said, did you have a favorite look?
Is it Hank Azaria who's wearing a shirt that says looks straight or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a big
Or
fan of that
straight-looking.
shirt. Straight
Yeah.
looking, maybe. I do like, I think probably mine would be the same, even though I would never wear it. I would never wear the
No?
linen
What if we got
beach.
matching outfits?
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course. Yes, of course I would. But just me on my own, like Robin Williams can wear that in 1996. If I wore that, I would look like Tony Soprano.
Correct.
In not a good
That's
way.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, Tony Soprano on his day off at the boardwalk, which is
The Jersey
not a
Shore.
look that I am trying to fulfill or that I feel that
Yeah.
I fit into.
Yeah.
On Robin Williams, I love when he plays a little bit more restrained.
Yeah, he's the straight guy in this movie.
Playing the straight dude to Nathan Lane, and how Nathan Lane, I don't want to say obliterates Robin Williams because they're doing a funny partnership together, but yeah, like prime comedic Robin Williams era, and Nathan Lane is like outshining him in a lot of ways, is really, really cool to see. And it's cool to see how he could do it all. And we've talked about Robin Williams on the show before and how, I think he's quite good, but how his comedy hasn't aged that well. And people who weren't super young now would look at his comedy as kind of like cringy. But here he doesn't do any, when he does his whole Fosse.
Martha Graham.
It's the most Robin Williams-esque
Yeah.
that he gets. And I wonder how much Nichols restrained him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that they would shoot what they had to shoot the pages and then we allowed for improv. And so then the two of them, Lane and Williams, could play. But going back to that scene where it's like Fosse, Martha Graham, Madonna. And then it's like, but keep it inside as he's giving notes to Nathan Lane and the partner he's working with.
I loved that direction because I was like, oh, I get that.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, I can do that. That scene has maybe my favorite one-line where I laughed so loud. Chewing gum helps me think.
Yes.
Honey, you are wasting your gum.
I want to say it to somebody so bad. But they would have to like say that whole exchange,
Right. So just be ready. Next time someone says blah 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 helps me think, just be ready.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Another line that really got me is when Albert is preparing to leave to go to the cemetery.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
And Agator gives him his toothbrush, but like it's in a little satchel. And Robin Williams, not Robin Williams, Armand says, going to the cemetery with your toothbrush. How Egyptian. And then Albert just takes the bag and goes and pushes it, throws it over his shoulder as if it's like a rucksack or, like a suitcase or a duffel bag. And it's just a tiny toothbrush satchel, and then he like throws over his shoulder and then walks away.
It's so good.
I was like, that is, you can't write that. I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah.
that has to be, oh my God, it's so good.
It's so good. I mean, we get a happy ending. Barbara and Val, they get married in an interfaith service that both families attend. Albert's crying, but it seems like we're all family now. So, like you
Yeah.
said earlier, we don't know what happened to Senator Keeley and what his political career now looks like, but these two were able to get married. So,
And that's the most important thing, folks.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Like, I kind of was like, you know what? I don't like this ending because I don't like the idea of like, we got away with it. It's like, the one thing that we wanted, it happened. Thank God. Oh,
I think I would have been happy if it just ended with them driving away, because we opened the movie with entering the birdcage, right?
Right,
And we're outside.
right.
And so if we
Right.
ended the movie with driving away, I think it would have been a nice bookend. But
Yeah. Now, in this one, is it over the credits? I think it's over the credits, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of get away with it being like, this isn't
Yes,
really
right. It's
the
like
ending.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
you're
the ending
right.
of the
Like,
story.
it's the punchier ending.
Yeah.
Ending at the birdcage and ending with leaving and Gene Hackman.
Right.
And so I think points off for the marriage part. Because I don't care. I don't care about these kids.
No,
we don't get to see their love. Like, if the movie
Correct.
started with them and they're in their dorm room and they're making a plan of how to talk to their parents, and then you go and you meet, but that's not the case. We start with Armand and Albert. We care about them.
Right.
And so for them to kind of just be like one of the characters in the crowd at the end does not feel right to me.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so I know I've mentioned the French film a lot, and I do encourage anyone, if you really like The Birdcage, go back and watch it, because you know what? That was made like 20 years before this one. And if you are wondering about, the history of queer films and when they began, newsflash, they did not start in the 90s,
Yeah.
So it's worth it for that. It's worth it because you see just the difference in like culture and time, also, how things have changed. But I wanted to read to you the synopsis, not for the first movie, but for the sequel. And I want you to imagine that they were able to make a sequel with Nathan Lane and Robin Williams using this plot. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
A same-sex couple unknowingly are carrying a microfilm planted on them and are pursued by an international spy ring who will stop at nothing to take possession of this valuable material.
What?
So someone took The Birdcage, the play, put it into a movie, and then when that movie was successful, they thought, let's do a spy comedy with these characters.
Wow.
So that would be like if this American version was so successful, which it sounds like it was, 31 million? You said to 180?
85? 185 million? Wait, there.
That is astounding. Today, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Today, that would be a big hit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had no idea this was that big of a hit back then. But yeah, it'd be like if the American sequel was like Albert and Armand go to space or something like that.
Go to space. To the moon.
Yikes. And then I guess finally just We Are Family. Great song to go out on, and I love
to open
Armand.
With.
Yeah. Armand coming on the mic and saying, "Hey, this is the end, but if you stayed here with us all night, then you are family too." And then ending the show. I thought that was great.
See, it was great. That's why. And then driving off, I don't need the marriage. I don't need to see the wedding.
No.
Don't need to see the wedding. No. All right, let's go into our happies and crappies.
It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies.
My happy is the bus stop scene, which we
Mm.
went into. I love it so much. My crappy, which is hard because it's the foil, but just Val's actions and thought process with asking his parents to just be completely different people. But again, I understand for story purposes, then we wouldn't have this movie. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't walk. Don't gesture. Don't even talk. It's like,
Yeah, don't
Val,
talk.
Val, please. My happy is Albert, and just, you know what? Let's hear it for the people who are too much and the people who are ridiculous and know that they are. And I think that that's you and that's me.
Mhm.
And you know what? We are able to save the day. And when the chips are
Mhm.
down and everybody maybe wanted us to be a little quiet,
Mhm.
guess who they're turning to? You know what I'm
Here,
saying?
here, Seth. Huzzah to that.
Yes. So I don't like, sometimes I don't like myself. And
Same.
when Albert said, I know how ridiculous I am, I was like, same, brother.
Same, Albie.
So just Albert's whole journey being so disrespected and in such pain and putting themselves through hell, but ultimately being themselves is what saves the day. And so, I want to be myself. I want to, that's what
same.
I've been going through lately is,
Yes.
and again, not to bring it back to John Candy, but you know what? I like me. My friends like me. And I think I'm going to be myself, I think.
Yeah. I think.
My crappy, it's saying Val is like too easy.
I know.
So
you could say the ending too, the marriage. We didn't need it, but that's
right.
nothing.
So we said the marriage. You know what I'll go with? I think Hank Azaria is going a little too far. It's a little bit much. I do find it funny. I do like it, but it's like his feels the most like a mockery, but I'm still laughing. I mean,
I know.
I'm a bad person. But
he said he was channeling his grandmother. He realized he was doing his grandmother.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not trying to fix it, make an excuse. I'm just, that's what, because I was also curious about that,
I'm just, I don't know. I think it's okay to acknowledge that things shouldn't be repeated, but also being able to appreciate them at a distance and saying like that, it is funny for a person to not wear shoes and then fall down when they're wearing them. Like that's funny.
Mm-hmm. It is funny. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about how we feel about the movie. Now let's hear from strangers on the internet in a segment called Half Star, 3 Star, 5 Star. Half star, 3 star, 5 star. These are reviews from letterboxd.com, which is a website and app where you can log, rate, and review movies. We start with a half-star review, which is the lowest rating you can give a film, and go all the way up to a 5-star review, which is the highest rating that you can give a film. And on this show, Seth reads the half-star reviews in an accent or impersonation. Seth, is anything calling to you that you would like to do?
Not really. I wish I could do a good Nathan Lane. When I think of Nathan Lane, I think of like, like him as Timon and Pumbaa, like.
Yes. When Albert enters and explains the origin of the last name and then laughs, that laugh sounded like it was Amadeus.
Yeah.
Yes. And in the wig, it was like, it felt like we were channeling Wolfgang.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely.
Right,
but no, I don't think I have any.
All right. So we'll spin our wheel of voices.
Wheel of Voices.
Boom, 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 boom. All right, Bane. Are you up for reading our half-star review?
Yes, Michelle. Hello.
Hello, friend.
I would be delighted.
Great. Take it away.
Bane, it's good to have you back. I've been very busy with the League of Shadows. But it's always a good time to come back on Movie Friends. All right, Bane, take it away. I love Robin Williams, but dear God, I found this film excruciating. It's such a great premise and idea that has so much opportunity for hilarious gags and jokes. But the film completely negates that with boring jokes. The slowest pace. Horrible characters with a relationship that's just illegal, being he's 20 and she's not even an adult. Two. Two, the horrific filmmaking, where despite having so much at the table, the film instead feels far more serious than it should be. Okay. I'm questioning the structure of some of those sentences, but thank you, Bane. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bane.
You're welcome, Michelle. Seth, not so much you. I'm going away now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bane is one of the easiest voice. You know how every week I'm like, okay, what do they sound like? What do they sound like? Bane is the easiest voice to slip into. It's like,
I feel like you do Bane, Kermit, Rocky. You have no problem slipping into. There it is.
Yeah. Hello, Michelle.
There you go. Boring jokes with this one. Boring jokes.
I don't know about that. I don't buy the whole it feels too serious either. I think this is just a very heartfelt comedy.
Yeah, agreed. They should watch it again.
Like, you want like confetti guns going? Like, what do you want? It's a movie about love and being yourself.
Right, and maybe they just don't they were expecting like an over-the-top Robin Williams. They can't accept this.
But you
character.
get an over-the-top Nathan
I know.
Lane,
I'm trying
which is just as good.
Understand
I know.
this.
I'm not complaining about you.
Yeah. All right, 3-star review says, the first half of the movie was so funny and enjoyable, and the chemistry between Robin and Nathan was unbelievable. For me, it fell a tad flat and felt a bit silly towards the last act, and I much preferred the overall lead up to the dinner much more than the dinner itself.
I disagree, because I think that it's so fast paced. There's not much time left.
Right.
And we get a lot of payoffs for all the plates are spinning. Like I said, we didn't even talk about, the reporters, the driver. That driver character is like snatched right out of like 1942. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, like we didn't mention like the journalists who are pursuing them and all of those little flavors. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. 5-star review says, Catherine's son, Armand Moon, Starina Rising.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Val sucks. I love this because we're obsessed with our horoscopes. Not really obsessed, but
I don't know anything. I don't know what any of that means, but
okay. So like your sun reflects your ego. So Catherine, ego, identity and role in your life. The moon rules your emotions. So Armand Moon. And then their rising is the mask, quote unquote, what you present to people, your personal style, which would be Starina.
Okay. All right.
I just thought it was a very creative 5-star review. Yeah.
Very good.
What did Ebert say?
I gotta ask, what does Ebert think about this?
What do you think? What do you think he rated this?
I wonder if he would be pulling from the original. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if he would be comparing this to the original. I'm going to say 2 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, he said, since the material is familiar, What's a little amazing is how fresh it seems at times in the hands of the American cast. Robin Williams is the best surprise in a role that seems written as a license for flamboyance. He's more restrained than in anything he's done since Awakenings.
Mhm.
Nathan Lane from Broadway's Guys and Dolls doesn't have quite the semi-hysterical sincerity than the original, and his impersonation of Val's mother is a little too obvious and over the top, but he works well the rest of the time, especially in his more pensive passages.
I think that he's less obvious than the French version as the mother.
Is that
But that's just me.
Michelle Serrault?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we rate things as a movie, schmovie, or film. We rate it 1 through 5 stars, give our thoughts on the runtime, if we would recommend it or not, and give a shout out to whatever part of the film's practical filmmaking stood out to us. Before we record each episode, we write down a guess of what the other host will rate the film, and every time we guess correctly, we get to add a point to our tattoo tally, and whoever has the most points at the end of the year gets to pick a tattoo for the other host that they will then get tattooed on them without knowing what it is first. I'm happy to report that I am in the lead. I have 9 points. Seth has 8. That might fail this week because for you, Seth, I wrote down 3.5 movie.
Sorry. So when I watched this originally, I rated it 3 stars. Like I said, I found it enjoyable, but I didn't really find it to be too special. This time around, just how emotional I felt watching this, and then also watching the French version and being like, oh, I see how this is better.
Yeah.
I'm at 4 stars.
Hey.
4-star movie, to be clear. I think that this is great. I think it's very funny. And I think Nathan Lane and Robin Williams are just great to watch. Great to watch together, you know? Talking about piercing the bread.
We can always get a new piece of toast. You know? We can always get a new piece of toast. Yep.
I think the runtime is great. I do recommend this to everyone. Practical filmmaking. I like how they're able to really transform like the living room from something that feels open and kind of light. And I wouldn't say gaudy, you know? I mean, 90s fashion for homes, my God.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so ugly and so bad. Remember like the pastel pinks and blues?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of mirrors and glass and
Formica. Lots of Formica.
Oh, yeah. So this doesn't feel gaudy to me. It just feels light and open and well decorated. And then how they transform that same space to feel like a tomb. Like it feels like you're in an Egyptian tomb towards the end of that movie. I appreciate that. So I guess I'd say set design. For you, I really went back and forth on this a lot because a lot of times we don't really know fully what the other person will think. But I was like, I've known that you wanted to do this and I've known, but then I thought, well, maybe she'll have cooled on it or maybe. So I'm guessing what I rated it, which is a 4-star movie.
Oh, close. 4.5 for me. 4.5 movie. Yeah.
I almost went to 5.
Movie.
I was like,
I get that. I get it.
Okay.
4.5 movie for me. I think that this movie's runtime is great. Again, I'm biased because I love this, but I think it's a really good time. I think it's paced well. I'm definitely recommending it to everybody. I think everybody should watch this, especially. Well, it's a heartfelt. It is funny, but if you grew up in the 90s and knowing Robin Williams and knowing Nathan Lane, I think you will just appreciate these characters and watching them on screen together. And then as far as the practical filmmaking, the costuming, I absolutely love the wardrobe for these characters.
Hey, if you absolutely love the wardrobe for our characters, love it if you give us a rating and a review wherever you're listening. Look, folks, you don't need to write a book, okay? Michelle's a big fan of emojis. Just leaving us an emoji.
I am. Please.
Okay? So if
Give
you've
me the
listened
Bigfoot
to the
emoji.
Birdcage.
Sorry, I'm interrupting Seth already.
Look, if you give Michelle an emoji, she's going to take a mile, okay?
It's true.
I say emoji, and Michelle's like, yes, Bigfoot.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yes.
In my veins.
But if you listen to this episode, The Birdcage, and you want to leave us a review, but you don't know what to say, you're a little shy, leave us some emojis of what your caricature would be if you were in the birdcage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I love Nathan Lane doing like Liza Minnelli.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Look, are we wrong? Are we wrong? Did this movie not age well? Okay. Are we crazy? Are we just two straight people who are not with it? Please yell at us. Let us know.
Please.
We want to be better, okay?
Yeah.
And you, a stranger on the internet with an email address, you can tell us. You can teach us. All right? You can also send us an email if you thought we were right, but, that's maybe less exciting to you. You can also support the show, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Look, folks, $5 a month gets you access to all of our additional episodes, our patron-only Discord. You get to vote on upcoming episodes every month and then quarterly themes. You get ad-free episodes. And hey, you get to help support a little independent podcast here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, next week is a new month. So
July.
And it's also going to be patron voted theme, which we don't have yet. So TBD.
TBD. All right. Well, hey, I like a little surprise, a little cliffhanger.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks, Michelle. This was a great pick, and I'm so glad that I revisited it and reappraised it and got to see it differently.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I got to. Well, I watch it. I watch it a lot, so I mean, this is great for me.
Michelle's like, so thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. And hey, thank you very much for listening. And remember, folks, work it, sell it, own it. Go, girlfriend. Until next week, when we're talking about some movie. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.